Yes.
does it take to be a local in Hay?
Straight away.
Are you a local? Do you consider yourself local?
Getting there, but I think, you know, when you first come, if you've got lots of money to spend, you're very local, but if you haven't, it takes longer.
How long does it take to be a local in Hay?
A long, long time.
Were you born and bred in Hay?
No.
But you feel local?
Nearly.
What does it take to be a local?
I should say forever.
You can't become a local unless you think you're a local.
Well, looking back, I can't recognise many of the real locals anymore.
How did you know? Was it through marriage that you felt you belonged?
Oh, yes.
But you
My
weren't
late
born.
husband was born upstairs.
Oh.
And my father-in-law opened this shop 127 years ago, 1884.
I've lived in the area a long time, since 1970, and what struck me when I originally came was how friendly the area is.
There's an old saying that until you've buried 2 generations in the graveyard and a cat in the garden, you ain't local.
In Hay, it takes a local to be a local 25 years, 30 years, so 2 generations, maybe 3.
How long do you think it takes to be a local in Hay?
5 minutes.
What makes a local a local?
A local is a person who lives, works, plays in Hay.
Okay, so what makes a local a local?
Born and bred here. You've got to be born and bred in Hay to be a local.
And can you become a local if you haven't been born here?
No. You're an incomer, whether you come in 10 years, 5 years or 20 years, you're a local if you live here all your life.
There is a bit of them in us. Yeah, there is a bit of them in us. And it can cause friction both ways.
Right, and what's the differences? I mean, what does it mean to you to be a local? What do you notice about local people and their attitudes?
What do I notice about local people and their attitude? They're far more laid back.
What makes a local a local?
I think just really mixing in and getting on with the locals. I mean, you know, you don't try and put yourself in front, you know, you just shade into the background, really, along with the others.
Please don't take this the wrong way. People who buy their way into the town are almost like they're going to McDonald's to buy a Big Mac. It's not like that. You know, the town is a living organism, and the local people are pretty damn laid back, but don't rile them, because they can get pretty nasty.
How long do you think it takes to become a local in Hay?
I think about 14 years.
That's very particular. Why 14?
Well, because I suddenly discovered everybody in the shop suddenly started to call me Jean instead of nothing. And it doesn't mean they weren't friendly, but they never used my name. Maybe I was intimidating.
And what does it mean to be a local?
That's a hard one, isn't it? Yes. It means... Well, you cherish everything you got. You don't really like change. And it's usually the newcomers that come here because they like it and then they change it as soon as they're here.
That's been your experience?
Yes, very much so.
I think that's the wrong way round. I think it's the newcomers who like things the way they are and want them to stay. That's why they came. So they don't want people to change it, whereas the people that have lived here all their lives, you know, they do want new and better things, understandably.
Well, a lot of people that move into Hay think they're slightly superior to the locals. They do look down at you.
Does it take to become a local in Hay?
Forever. I don't know, I think you're probably born and bred and go to school here. Possibly the going to school is what really makes you a local.
And do you think you're a local?
I would think I'm a local, but lots of people don't think I'm a local, even though I've lived here all my life. But I don't live quite close enough.
Ah, so it's physical distance as well as years.
Physical distance, I think you need to live within a 3-mile radius, and you need to be born here or gone to school at Gwynefyd or Hay Primary School. Doesn't count if you went to Fairfield. If you went to Fairfield, you needed to have lived in Hay.
You went to school here, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Which school?
The Clonaigan Primary School.
And then?
And then I went to Gwynefyd.
And are you a local?
No.
Why not?
Because I wasn't born here and I only moved here when I was 10, so I'm not considered a local yet. And I don't think my parents are either. It's only been 14 years, so...
You know, we've had our mother, our grandmother, so it belongs to the local people that have been here for generations.
We've preserved it so that it is as it is, but as soon as anybody new come in, they want to change it and upgrade it. We don't want to be upgraded. Why do we want to join the world? And that is why they come here in the first place, because it's unique.
How long does it take to be a local in Hay?
It should take a day, but it takes about 400 years.
The newcomers take over. That's what we feel. I mean, there are obviously some good and some bad in everything, but they definitely take over the area, and especially Hay.
Well, all the people that have come more recently, do you welcome them? Or?
Yes, they're good, I'd say, for the town.
And people have come and gone over a number of years, but no, I think it's really good. Hay's quirky. And that's why people come to Hay and they like Hay, because it's different. And locals are never fazed by famous people, and locals don't really judge people coming and going in and out of Hay. You know, they kind of, they add something.
Well, I try to participate in local events. Well, being a local, I suppose you shop locally, you help people, if you talk to people. Yeah, talking to people. Or maybe a little bit lonely or a bit needing help. I don't know, just being part of... I don't know, it's very difficult. You caught me in hop, you realise.
It means living here, it means sending your children to school in the area, it means working here, it means paying a tax here, doing your shopping here, talking to people here, having friends here, living here. It doesn't matter how long you've lived here, it just matters that you live here. That makes you a local. End of story.
I'd love to be a local! Let me in!
If you live here, then you live here, so you've got to act like a local. So if you've been here 50 years or 5 generations, or you've just been here, I don't know. We all have to just deal with each other with some respect. That's the world problem at the moment, is one lot of shouting and the other lot of accusing them and not. And it's a democracy, and we want a democracy, and we've got to treat each other with respect. And if you've been here, if you live here, then you live here. You have as much say as anybody else, I think. But we have to be careful and gentle with each other and treat each other with respect, I think.
It's a very friendly town, and if they can't fit in, there's something wrong with them.
I felt like I'd always lived here within a couple of weeks of moving in. I'd never been so welcomed, made such good friends, and yeah, I feel completely at home here.
We're at the crossroads, like Ridiar in Mecca. You know, I mean, we're Stonehenge. We're at like they say, all roads lead to Rome. Well, I think that all roads lead to Hay on Wye.